Oh boy, this is my second time trying to make this video. First one went too long and went all over the place, and Jesus Christ, you can get emotional making this volume 6 finale video. Even with all the points you write down, even with other videos that you've seen other people, I gotta keep it to a certain level. And yes, I will go over things that I did like in the volume, but first, it's why does Rooster Teeth make it so easy to shit on their content? That's a question for everyone in general. Parodies are already out there. Blasimo, Dono, Mercury Black, a few others. They all do crack videos on Rwby. And the crack videos are parodies taking the piss out of mistakes that are made in the show. So if you're laughing at the parodies, you're identifying that there are tons of flaws in this friggin' show. And you're just laughing at a false show. And then you get the people who are reacting to the show, who must literally turn a blind eye, or know it's shit, and just ignore the fact that it's shit, and overreact to the most basic shit, like Summer Rose turns her fucking head, which we'll get into. But I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. I don't want this to go over 30 minutes max. So let's start with all the different shit that makes absolutely no sense in Rwby Volume 6. The shields. The shields are small. They're small. They're not. They can be considered medium level. The Leviathan's quite big, so we'll go medium level. Shields, pointless. They do nothing. They're designed to keep that specific Leviathan Grim out, because every other Grim it doesn't apply to. Most Grim can fly, and the point I want to make with the Grim that fly is that in Volume 6, Episode 12, the Grim are seen flying over Argus. They are flying over the city, and then they head out to the ocean to encounter ships that aren't in the air yet. The Grim are flying over the fucking city one, they just land in the city. The shields are pointless. The shields are just for that particular fucking Grim. Take Volume 4, Shenlong Grim, the one that Blake and Sun encounter. That thing, even before it can fly, it's capable of diving over those friggin' walls. It's literally, the Argus shields serve no other point other than protecting against that one specific Grim that is an ancient old Grim. It's not like a young friggin' Grim. These things, Grim evolve over time. The Leviathan Grim is ancient. There's not like 100 Leviathan out there. So it's like, it's a pointless shield. I ask myself, why isn't there a dome shield? Like, goes up, comes down, protects the whole friggin' city. You know why? Because the shield were purposely designed that way to be stupid. The shields are something the fan base can agree are stupid. The weakness of the shield is facing the fucking Grim. It's like, hey Grim, destroy this pole, and the shield's pointless. So, yes, shields in the finale, stupid. Serve no purpose at all. Silver Eyes, I actually did this in a previous rant video. I mentioned that the Silver Eyes that they're teaching us now have nothing to do when Silver Eyes were first activated. The original Silver Eyes were activated in that sense because when Pyrrha died, Rwby's going through despair, panic, and grief. So the one time Rwby actually activates her Silver Eyes and freezes a huge Leviathan level Grim, the dragon, and it works, is when she's feeling despair, anguish, and pain. And then you meet up with Maria, who goes, think happy thoughts, and the moment she thinks happy thoughts, it doesn't work. And you're just like, what are you trying to accomplish? Where's your consistency? Have you retconned Silver Eyes? Because it worked back in Volume 3, and it's not working now when you think a different way. So it's like, is it a retcon? Is it stupidity? It doesn't make sense. It's also a fact that the Leviathan Grim stood there and did nothing. The Leviathan Grim is legit just staring at Rwby, right in front of Rwby, while Rwby stands there and does her flashback, her frozen time, her second flashback. It stands there and does nothing the whole fucking time. So, that's stupid. The Leviathan Grim is fucking stupid. the friggin' shields are stupid. The silver eyes, how they're used, contradicts how they were originally used. So that's stupid. Oscar in all of Volume 6. Oscar's character in general. You remember before Volume 6 started, what was everything that the fans were going on about? We want Rwby character development because, hell, she's supposedly the protagonist, even though she's... It's like, in order to make Rwby progress, this is the writer's concept. In order to make Rwby have character development, they made every other character in the show a fucking idiot. Crow's depressed, so he's useless throughout the whole season. Jean, the strategist, shuts up, and the plan that he does come up with is stupid. It's like everything that goes on is stupid. And then Oscar, got Ozpin in the friggin' head, you know, is supposedly gaining access to all these muscle memories and all the past memories. On the farm with Oscar, we don't see how he goes from stay out of my head, I'm not listening to you, I'm gonna go have dinner with my aunt, to I'm walking down the driveway to go embrace my destiny. We don't see how the fuck that happens. And in this volume, they repeat the same mistake. That's repeat. They've identified that was a mistake and a cutscene that got cut in a previous volume, and then in this scene, he's got conflict because everyone's blaming him. He goes for a walk, he shows back up at the house, and yet we don't see the inner conflict with Oscar. Oscar's character is shit. That's going to be what happens in Volume 7. Oh, we're listening to the fans. We're going to have to fix Oscar. Why do you have to fix it? Why couldn't you just learn from fucking Volume 4 or 5 on the farm? Why does it take you, a fan screaming in your ear, to bloody realise that you have to fix shit? So, yeah, Crow, example of bad writing is right here. You get Maria and Crow in the volume finale, and the writers have forcibly written in a line that Maria says, saying, Crow, you did good work, good job. He hasn't done fuck all. Crow has been a useless friggin' character all fucking volume. This is the... And he's depressed because Ozpin lied to him. Can I just honestly say this? If we go back to how they reacted to the question that they asked Jin, what is Ozpin hiding? First of all, that is handled, sorry about that, that's handled quite poorly. If you ask a being that knows everything in the past, all the knowledge of the past is accumulated in this entity, and your question is, what is Ozpin hiding? He's probably hiding a lot. What Jin tells him is not everything. It's only a certain amount of information. Obviously, like, but so it's like, even this godlike being, Jin, is faulty to an extent. And how do they react? Oh, you didn't tell us everything. Well, let's look at Team Stark. He probably told them a bit more, and look how they reacted to him. Your mother went batshit fucking crazy. Ty went and sat on his ass for a while, and is still sitting on his ass. Crow became a blind zealot, and one died. You can probably guess why he didn't tell Team Rwby anything at all. But just on that aspect, the way Team Rwby reacts to Ozpin not telling him shit actually makes Crow look even dumber. Because these are 4 teenage girls who were smart enough to ask Ozpin, or at least find out what he was up to, whereas Crow blindly followed him for 20 years without knowing anything. That says a lot. That says you're a fucking idiot, Crow. For 20 years of your life, you followed him without asking anything. So that can say something about Ozpin, you know, taking advantage of him, but it says Crow's an idiot. And it actually says Raven's right. Which hurts. It hurts me to say that. So yes, so far we've established Crow's pointless this volume and he's an idiot. Oscar got no friggin' development, despite the fact that he should have considering that that was a fault in a previous volume. Silver eyes are used wrongly because they're trying to shove this happy thoughts down our throat, and even when she does use it, she doesn't claim victory, she loses. So why is Team Rwby rewarded with a ship and going to Atlas when they didn't succeed in winning the day? The shields are pointless. Next point, the Gurren Lagann reference. Gurren Lagann, for if you fans don't know, and I bet that a large majority of Rwby fans are just jumping on a hype train that us fans who have actually watched Gurren Lagann pierce the motherfucking heavens. God bless that character, I swear to God I miss him. And yes, the fight scenes in that anime get really crazy later in the freaking anime. Like, we're talking laser-type space shit. I'm surprised. I wonder if Studio Trigger did... I wonder who made Gurren Lagann. I want to look that up now. The point is, Gurren Lagann... Stop using fucking anime references in Rwby. Please, God, stop doing it. Like... You do realise, like, taking this process, I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes, so I'm doing this as fast as I can, that in Volume 6, Episode 12, the arm bursts open, the Grimm shows up, and by that instance, Cordovan and Team Rwby and all of their group, they're still enemies. She's purposely blaming them for what's happened to the mech. And then, you got to remember that Cordovan is the woman that pilots this mech. She owns the mech. It's Elysian tech. She knows everything about this mech. It takes her 13 minutes to realise she can detach the arm from the mech and re-enter battle. 13 minutes, she's sitting there doing fuck all. Why? It has nothing to do with an actual reason why she's sitting there. It's plot. This is why I mean the writing's bad. Writing in this show happens for the sake of plot. This must happen for this to happen, for this to happen. But they don't combine. Cordovan, the moment the arm broke, analysing arm doesn't work, cut it off, maybe it just detaches, I'm still active, and I got a fucking drill. It should have been instantaneous. Instead, oh no, I'm defeated. Let's give Rwby 13 minutes to fail at Silver Eyes. Let's show pointless shields. Let's show stupid shit, just so a mech can come in and one-hit a Grimm. Gurren Lagann reference, not used properly, makes Cordovan and the mech look stupid, makes Rwby's Silver Eyes look stupid. Can we continue forward? I'm actually curious how many Rwby reactors, Rwby reviewers have all turned a blind eye to this shit. So yes, that was a combination of my Gurren Lagann, and the mech arm takes 13 minutes for it to get off its ass. Let's go on. Maria. Hey, I'm gonna be the bad guy for a second. You know, the legendary Grim Reaper who's been protecting humanity for ages. Let's just leave August to fucking die and go to Atlas, because that's our goal. Even if that's a test, even if she planned it out to ask them to test their resolve, who's the one person that doesn't say anything in this scene? Jean of Arc. Jean doesn't say anything, despite the fact that his sister, sister-in-law, and nephew are down there. He just sits there. It's wise. Oh no, we can't do it. We gotta have it. I'm like, dude, honestly, if that was my family down there and someone tested me that way, I'd stick my arm on their shoulder and be like, you open your mouth again, you old bat, and I'm gonna fucking shove my sword through your head. We're saving these people. It's like, come on. That was potential missed. Overall, those are a lot of stupid scenes. The entire finale is one big fuck up. In my opinion. I mean, yes, you're getting these like little payoffs. Oh look, he gives up alcohol because we decided to wait till volume 6 to make his alcohol be a serious thing, even though it's been a joke for 5 fucking volumes. It's a stupid payoff. It's Rooster Teeth political views in general. Oh, we have to put walls up in the show to represent Trump, and that walls are pointless. And that they fail. Yes, but you're damaging the show. We're asking ourselves why the Elysians will build such stupid, pointless technology just so you can get a political agenda across. And the political agenda is actually fully represented in 2 of the new characters that we meet this volume that I absolutely hate. I hate both of the characters. I don't care what other people say. We got Maria and Cordovan. Stupid fucking character. We're never going to see fucking Cordovan again. What the fuck was the point in bringing her into the fucking show? Maria, we still don't know why she got off the fucking train. We're never going to find out. It's like, it's stupid ass characters. And this is the small breakdown. Maria is a South American inspired character, even though South American culture doesn't exist in Rwby. Vale is British Victorian. Anima is Asian. Atlas is futuristic, and Vacchio is just because I've seen like a pyramid and we've seen some of their clothes. It's like modern day middle, maybe modern day. It's just like modern day grunge, kind of. So no, we've never seen South American influence, but you know what does happen right before all this shit happened? So good that we had Honduras immigrants breaking international guidelines by crossing over multiple countries illegally to try and get into America, where the evil Donald Trump is trying to build a wall to keep out illegal immigration. And we all know that Rooster Teeth is a bunch of leftists who believe that they should just open the borders and let everyone in. And that kind of got viewed in Maria and Cordovan, where we get a South American and the evil Donald Trump not letting him into Atlas. Two characters invented for political correctness that show up in the story and accomplish nothing. And you're probably asking, why am I angry at that? I'm like, my rewrite. I would have got rid of the two characters. Who do you replace with Maria? Summer Rose. She could have faked. Let me explain this. She could have faked her death in order to protect her family. If she realized that Salem and crew were after her and they're having trouble taking down Summer, then they would have targeted Ty, Rwby, and Yang, her family. It makes sense. Villains target family members and loved ones in order to get to their target. So what does Summer do? She fakes her death right in front of the villains. The villains think Summer's dead. Crow thinks she's dead. He goes back and reports and is like, she's dead, she's gone, when really she faked her death. And now, ahead in the storyline, it's come to Salem's attention that Ruby's a silver-eyed warrior. So Salem's targeting Rwby and crew, and all of a sudden Summer comes out of hiding. Why does she come out of hiding? Because Salem's targeting the family now. She can't protect her anymore. It's better to train her and establish it. And my God, this makes sense. What I'm saying makes fucking sense. It's something we've seen before in anime, but it makes fucking sense. Maria makes fuck all sense. She does nothing for Rwby the whole fucking time. And some of the stuff that she does do kind of like acts as a retcon to what Silver Eyes is. So Maria's a shit character. Summer Rose would have been the perfect opportunity. How do you fix Cordo? My only reason, I said we're going to see Winter. It's basically plain and simple. And the only reason I took that back was when they said they were closing the borders. If anyone actually knows what closing the borders, and kind of we're seeing something similar to martial law established, because Ironwood is both the general and a teacher. So it's this combination of martial law, borders closed. You don't continue trading with people after you close your borders. So I was under the impression that when they withdrawn all Atlas troops, we wouldn't see Atlas troops in Argus, but for some fucking reason they left people in Argus. And they're still trading for some fucking reason. I don't get how you close borders and have trade, but they did that, so you might as well have Winter Sneeder. And just pause for a second to actually realize how my rewrite makes more sense in character building. You take Crow, who's supposedly guilty over Summer Rose, or possibility has feelings for her, and then you got Ty, who, well, they did that. They were married and had a fucking kid. You got Rwby, Summer's mother. You got Yang, who super mum reference. Imagine putting Crow, Rwby, Yang, newly discovered Summer, and Winter Schnee, who's a potential love interest for Crow, and putting them all together, and imagine the character development you could get out of that scene. And then you look at Volume 6, Maria Cordovan. You get Maria telling Crow you did something when really he did fuck all. You get Maria, who can I just establish something with Maria? She's going to fucking Argus, wants to get the eyes repaired, right? And apparently it's not even Argus that repairs her eyes. She goes from Argus to Atlas to repair her eyes. Her eyes have been damaged beyond fucking repair the entire goddamn volume. They keep fucking up. Goddamn, she's in a ship where her eyes are literally like fucking popping out, shit's popping out, and guess what? She's the one flying the ship to bloody Atlas. There's no consequence. Her eyes are not fucking damaged. They just continue to work for the sake of the plot anyway. So what the fuck's the point? So I'm like, we're into like the last 10 minutes because I'm making sure I'm only going 30 minutes. I've highlighted a lot of stupid shit over the last 20 minutes. The whole finale, there's been stupid shit going on all fucking volume in this. What are good things? And this is the sad thing when I'm about to repeat what the good things are. I like the... I'm not shitting on Casey here because like I get there's a time and place to have lyrical music in the show, and it does work in certain spots. You just got to implement it. You can't have all music be lyrical. And to be honest, with the amount of controversy surrounding the songs in Rwby over them not being canon, some are canon, some are just pointless. It's kind of like one thing Rwby needs to do is get rid of all the non-canon songs permanently going forward in the future volumes. Only put in songs that are canon. Stop fucking with the fandom's mind over the lyrics. Just put in canon lyrical songs. That she's a good singer. They're good quality songs. Just do canon songs. Stop fucking with the fandom's mind. The more praise goes to the instrumental songs. Like when you notice when Adam vs Yang vs Blake, there's an instrumental song. There's no lyrics. At one point, it's just like thrilling music that's happening. That's adding to the tension. I love that shit. It's always present in anime. You always see instrumental type music in the background that gives you the tension to the song, and they implement that a lot more in Volume 6. So whoever did the purely instrumental covers for the music, good on you there. The animation is looking better. The animation team's gotten better with the Maya engine, and that's clearly visible. A few shortcuts are taken with the 2D still images and blah blah blah. The only thing I will say, because I'm a bit iffy on this, I don't fully understand how it worked. But one of my big issues I'll quickly get into is I don't like how all of crwby is on social media every single week posting, watch Rwby, be proud, we're so proud of what we did, give us praise. That's what it honestly sounds like whenever you go on social media and you see any member of crwby on social media, is that they're constantly asking for praise for doing their basic job. And I want you to get my mindset here. I've been in hospitality, I was in hospitality, I'm out of hospitality now. But I did it for over like 12, 13 years, and the whole time that I was in hospitality, you don't get praised that much. You get told off when you do something wrong. I worked in all these restaurants, and the way we got praised, and we knew this, it was like getting praised without someone telling us, is when we sit down at the end of the night after we've finished a huge service or something, and we're just sitting down with the rest of the crew, just having something to eat and drink, and just and chilling. That's praise in itself. We didn't need someone to constantly tell us, oh, you're doing such a great job, because that's our job. Cooking's our job. We're expected to do it right. We don't need praise to do it. And it's only been in certain circumstances where I've designed a whole menu myself and it's worked and we've made profit off it to like get actual praise because I accomplished something on my own. So I don't like this new era of people just constantly asking for praise for like if you're making Rwby, that's your job. You're expected to make it. If you get praise, the fandom gives it to you. Don't ask for it. Don't have other people constantly advertising going, oh, it's so great, and then we watch the show and we point out fault after fault after fault after fault, and you're here. And the reason I'm saying that with the animation, and this is where I'm confused with the animation department, came with the Adam fight, right? Is because the animation in the Adam fight, some of it, all the cool stuff that happens in the Adam fight with Yang and Blake, was Volume 3 animation from Monty Ulm himself. And that strikes up controversy, because we're like, why didn't that animation get used in Volume 3? Because if Monty made that animation, Adam's fighting skills were meant to be displayed. The fighting skills we see him display in Volume 6 were meant to be displayed in Volume 3 to display his level of fighting and how well Yang can fight back as well. So why didn't it get shown then? Why did you cut it into this one-hit kill, and then you're using animation from Volume 3 in Volume 6, and it's not you animators who did that, you just copy and pasted Monty's work. So all the best stuff that we see in a fight scene isn't the animators, it's Monty. So we're enjoying it because we loved his fighting style. And then the second half of the fight that takes place in Volume 12 where he dies, it's just like typical bullshit. It's stuff we've seen in the Adam short. It's like, it doesn't flow. So, and you ask yourself, with Adam's powers, 1 minute he's creating I don't know if they're energy clones. Is it an art style for how fast he's moving? He's doing all this crazy shit with his powers, and then in episode 12 he's not doing anything. He forgets he has those powers. So, and that actually carries over to the Volume 6 finale, with the airships in the background, where the Grimm fly over the city, and they fly out to the water, and they encounter the Atlas military. And if you ever look at the background animation while the Grimm's walking, the ships are just la 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 la. No missiles are firing, nothing's happening, ships aren't crashing down. The only time we actually see a Grimm land on one of those ships is when Ren cloaks his ship, and they go through, and one Grimm lands on the ship. They don't. All the background information is just ships and Grimm just flying there for pointless reasons. And I guess that could be production, how much time, but if anything, that's just proof that this show needs to take a year off. You guys need to get your shit in order. And if I could get a message, if crwby take one thing away, if there's any chance any of them watch this video and take one thing away from this whole video, all the whinging, or whatever good stuff that I give to them, the only thing that they should take away is that if production really is the problem, if I'm willing to give Miles Luna the credit here, because I went off at him and it was wrong for me to go off at him on social media. The writing still is amateur. I'm not going to apologize for that. It could be that just stuff's missing, that he's written a bigger plot and none of it got animated. And if production's really an issue, Miles, Carey, all of crwby, time to grow some balls. Walk up to Matt Hullum, Bernie Burns, Gus Sorrell. Walk up to the higher ups and just say, we're on strike. crwby's on strike. We're not going to create another season of the show for you until you give us the resources we need to create a proper show. It's time to grow some freaking balls. Fans don't want to see a half-assed show. This isn't me. I want you to understand, this isn't me hating on Rwby. It's like, because by Volume 6, this has nothing to do with Rwby having potential anymore. You're 6 years into your show. You've had 6 volumes to show us what you can do. Rwby's not a show that can say it has potential anymore because it's established. You can't hang on to that anymore. Volume 3, you couldn't hang on to it anymore. Even though Volume 4 was a reset. What this is about, Genlock's got potential because it's just starting. It has a potential to go wherever the hell it wants to. Rwby's not. It's time to either... Your options are you go on strike and you force Rooster Teeth to give you the resources you need to create a proper show the way you actually want to create it, or the other option is a hard reset. You announce to the fans that Rwby's not continuing, the show's shutting down for two years should be enough, 2 to 3 years, 3 years max, shut down for 2 to 3 years. Go over all the information that you currently got on the show, fix up what figure out what you want aura to be, what you want semblance to actually be. Do you want it to be a reflection one soul, or do you want it to be Ren's new thing where it can be anything because no one knows what the hell semblances are? It's time you come to terms with the law and the rules and the guidelines of the show and what exactly crwby wants it to be. Because going forward, honestly, if the future of Rwby is just year after year, volume after volume, half-baked product that's full of friggin' plot holes, slightly getting better while like fixing old mistakes while making newer mistakes, and it's a half-baked product. The potential's never gonna get there, and I honestly do think that cashing in on Monty's name at this point is... Monty's not part of the show anymore, man. Stop making money off his name. Like, Rwby going forward, yeah, it's Monty-inspired idea, but going forward, it's Miles and Kerry's nest egg. Like, they... Stop celebrating his death. Stop celebrating his birthday. It's like time to take control and actually give the fans the show they want and deserve, and not this half-baked product. And that's all I'm gonna say on it. Because I'll give you one instance. I watched Castlevania recently on Netflix. 4 episodes first season, 8 episodes second season, and by the time season 2 was done, I was at fully peace. Writing was brilliant, animation's perfect, and volume 3 is already coming. That reminded me of old Rwby. Rwby, you're at volume 6. You don't have the excuse to use potential or mistakes anymore. Time to grow up and actually make something of yourself, or fans are leaving.